is going on, dudes? Uh, Nice little chill night last night. Still got a little rowdy. We racked up some insane watch hours thanks to you guys and secret girls, because evidently we have female viewers, but they're all registered as male on YouTube for some reason. Uh, yeah, we're at like 397 subscribers. So if you're watching this and you haven't subbed to the channel already, hit that subscribe button and help us hit uh 400 subscribers this week. We're rocketing towards 1,000 watch hours currently. I'm just getting this link up. I'm gonna send it to the dudes if any of them want to pop in. And yeah, so things are going good. I'm gonna do some sketch cards. Our boy Mick Rockage, or Mitch Rockage, Jesus Mick, I'm thinking of the Doom shit. Mitch Rockage hit me up for that sketch card deal, so I'm doing 3 sketch cards for Mitch. We got 3 very cool characters to do. Go over that in a second. Doom guy is one of them, though. That's why I was thinking of Mick for some reason. I think that's the dude who does the soundtrack. All right, cool. So, dude's got the link. We're good to go. I'm gonna have Adam Lawson on tomorrow as a guest. We're gonna be talking about his book, The Kill Journal. Another sort of it's kind of like a high concept slasher book, and I'm really excited for that one. That's another highly anticipated one for me. Lots and lots of different artists. Like, I don't want to spout off with all the different guys because there's just so many. I don't want to forget anyone. We'll dive in depth on it tomorrow. If you guys haven't already backed it yet, we will be going over it, looking at all the stuff. They have a kick-ass hardcover. That's what I grabbed. It's gonna be rad. What is up, Randy, Leo, and Mitch? Hello, everyone. Hail, Spencer. I'm out at the bar drinking, so I'll be in and out when I'm here. Hell yeah, man! You do your thing. You enjoy yourself. It's nice to just hear someone is out at a bar drinking. That feels good. What's up, Ash and Jackal? Oh, sounds like you're using the wrong mic. That's probably because I am. Hang on just a minute. Thank you for that. That should be better now. StreamYard lately, every time I jump in, has been sort of auto-detecting the built-in mic instead of the regular mic. But yeah, if you couldn't hear me before, should be better now. We're going to be doing some sketch cards today for Mitch here. He hit me up for that deal. We're doing a Doom guy, Caleb from the game Blood, which is a game I'm like somewhat familiar with. I'm pretty sure my buddy Dale was big into it like way back in the day. I think it's a bit older if I remember correctly. When I first saw, when he messaged me about it, I thought it was like Blood the Last Vampire, like the anime. And was like, oh shit, hell yeah. But either way, he's still a wicked fucking cool character. Looks sort of like Undead Cowboy vibe. Hail peeps. It is better. It happened during your Let's Play too. Oh, that's no good. I'll have to make sure I fix that as well. The Let's Play 2, I was just like zoning out. It was the end of the night. I was checking out a game. It's kind of hard to do it all because I don't have the dual screen setup at the moment on that other PC. I just have the one screen, so I have to like watch chat on my phone while I'm actively playing a game. And found out State of Decay 2 isn't very good for that. That's a big real hands-on one where you got to pay attention the whole fucking time. You're balancing a lot of resources in real time, and it's got all that permadeath. So if one of your dudes gets eaten, they are fucking done for. But I like that. Hello, Aces. Welcome. Yeah, we're just getting situated, sort of getting comfortable. Seeing how you guys are doing. How's everybody doing today? Oh, we have a surprise visitor. What's up, dude?
What up, dude? I hate Twitter. It never alerts me of anything you send me.
Yeah, I think I need to start closing out of it on this laptop when I'm not using it. I think that might have something to do with it.
I think you're right, because I have mine open on my laptop also.
I also need to remember that we just have each other's phone numbers and that I can just text you.
What's up, Mitch?
But I still need to like send you the link through Twitter always. That's why I just like do that all the time, and then I forget like, oh yeah, I can just like text this dude.
Yeah, I was looking through YouTube just to find something to watch while I draw, and I saw you were live. I was like, oh shit, Spencer's live. He didn't call me or text me.
Right.
And then I looked at my message and like, oh, he did.
Yeah, it's definitely because I was like, why is it not reading messages? And I would realize I would come in here and my cat would have like stepped on the keyboard and somehow miraculously opened my messages tab on Twitter, because it's fine if it's just at the Twitter home screen, but if it's in the actual messages tab, it just like marks every incoming message as read already.
Mm-hmm.
It'll still be like highlighted when you go in and look at your messages, but it won't have like a message like number for notifications, and that's really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It should just go by like if I've actually fucking looked at it yet.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. Watched some of the highlights from that fight last night. I think that's what took me a little bit longer, and I got caught up. I was took a late shower today. I woke up this morning and was struggling to wake up and was just like, I'm just not gonna shower right now, and regret that because I wasted so much time. Had I just showered and fucking gone about my day, I would have probably streamed at like 2 o'clock today.
They're not distinct.
Yeah, I watched that fight though, the highlights from it and everything. Tyson definitely lights Jones up quite a few times, and it really solidifies it. Did you watch the post-fight interview they did?
Rachel told me about it and how like Tyson was just like really nice and like, oh yeah, it was a great fight. I'm happy with the end. And then Roy Jones is kind of bitching about it.
Oh my god, it is hilarious. It's like 5 minutes long. I might pull it up on here a little bit later and look at it, but I don't know if I probably will get struck. But yeah, they asked Tyson if he's like happy with a draw, and he's like, yeah, I'm happy with a draw. Like he's like being super polite and super humble, and I was like, this is the strangest like form of Tyson to be witnessing. Like I was a kid when that dude was just laying out everyone, and it was glorious to see. And then he'd get on after and be like, I'm gonna rape you. Like,
yeah,
and it was
this
like,
fight, he was like, I'm not gonna eat your children this time.
Yeah, let's have the family over for dinner. And then he was like, you know, basically chalked it up to like definitely do it again, but he made a joke at one point like, why was no one worried about my well-being? Like I've been out of the game like 20 years, and he's like, I got a good point. And everybody's like, well, the guy interviewing them is like, well, nobody ever expects the Giants to fall. And he's like, I ain't a giant, I'm a beginner. Like, it's like fucking hilarious. Like it's like, I've been out of the game 20 years. He's like, I'm just a strong guy. That's basically what Roy Jones says. He's like, the hits hurt. Like that's the biggest thing you take away from the like tandem interview is Mike Tyson is like hanging out, having a good time, breathing normal already again. Jones is still like he's like what's that kid Stevie on Malcolm in the Middle, who like can say like 2 words before he has to take a really deep breath. What is up, El Padrino?
What's up? Tyson was working his body through the whole fight, and I think it was like the 3rd round, Tyson hit him with a body shot, and you could tell it did something to Roy Jones.
Oh yeah, you see a big shift in it too, and I think that was like the 3rd or 4th like big body combo they show in like the highlight reel. And like he does that like where your body kind of like skips a frame or 2 in the video, and like you're just all of a sudden in a different position, like a half foot to the right of where you were. Like
it's like a shock to the system. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
what was that? Where am I? What's going
like
on? Oh, I'm back.
a twitch movement in the direction of the fist that just hit you, and yeah, he did not look good after the fight. Mike was like, I'd love to do it again. And Jones was basically like, wasn't happy with the tie. He's like, I ain't never happy with a tie. I'm a fighter. He was being a real bitch about it,
Well,
which
he
is,
wouldn't fight the whole fight. I
well,
mean,
it was funny too, because it's like, had no one ever said like no knockout rule, I bet you Tyson would have went in there and tore that guy's head off. But it
yeah.
genuinely seemed like Tyson was trying to like honor the rules and do it right.
Yeah, he only went to the head. I think it was like the 5th round. He hit Roy Jones with like 2 or 3 left hooks in a row, and then finished it with a right hook. And like, if it had been any other kind of fight, he would have just knocked him out.
I was gonna say, dude, it looked like maybe 1 or 2 more rounds, and one of those body shots was gonna just fucking fold Roy in half. Like,
Yep.
that, like you were saying, that last one that hit him, that was like that was like a liver shot or something. Like he's fucking, he popped on that one, and you could see he had that like eyes widen, and then all of a sudden you're like almost half asleep mode, like. That's not good when you're like your regular motor function is just struggling to operate right. You can't keep your eyes like even.
It sucked too, because like, Tyson was known for having this like skip, drop down in the squat position, and then come up with the big right hook.
Oh yeah,
and
it was like
every time he would do this, and the fight last night, he would go to the body. But like, because he couldn't go for that knockout, he had to drop to the body. But if he would have gone straight to the head and just crushed him.
That's that movie Raging Bull. I always thought was funny because that guy didn't really fight super aggressive like you would imagine a raging bull. And then you see Mike Tyson, and you're like, yeah, that's what that is. Like,
right.
And he looks like especially in his prime, dude, his like mid-20s and everything, where he's just fucking beating people to death. Can you imagine being that guy that he like accosted on the highway with a baseball bat? Like how hard you'd be shitting your pants when the road rage angry dude gets out of his car and it's fucking Mike Tyson with a baseball bat, like in his prime.
Think about at the same time how crazy Mitch Green was, that Tyson was like always having to deal with this guy attacking him on the street.
Right? It's fucking bonkers, man. And Tyson was like falling into crack randomly. That was scary. The couple of fights he didn't have to do it, but the fights that he was doing on crack, towards the end of things, I couldn't, like, Mike Tyson is scary enough on his own, and then you get him all cracked out for the night. I wouldn't want to be the other dude in that ring.
Oh yeah. I mean, come on, biting somebody's ear off in a match, like that's one of the
I remember
things
watching that live with my dad. That was like surreal. Not like live at the stadium, but like on TV and being like that.
Well, the first time everybody's like, did he bite him? No.
Oh yeah, he like nipped him, and we were all like, that didn't just happen.
And then the second time it was like, holy fucking shit.
He just bit his ear, and like I remember the camera getting in close up on Holyfield, just looking like he has like the ultimate like what the fuck look on his face.
Yeah,
and he's just missing a chunk of his ear,
and you just see that ear popping off, like coming out of the mouth. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
real rough.
Crack is a hell of a drug.
What's worse though? Do you think, like just visually, watching that or watching Theismann break his leg?
Oh, the leg break all day. Shit like that. I still can't go back and watch what's his name? Silva smash his leg.
Oh, that's another good one. Yeah, against Weidman. Fuck, that one's brutal too. Because it just flops.
Yeah, that was one that happened live, and again, that was another one where I was at a buddy's house and he had gotten the fight and everything, and we're watching it live, and I literally like instantly stood up and was just like, no, and like walked out of the room.
You know what's another gross one too is Psycho Sid, and I think it might have been WCW, where he jumped off the top rope and his ankle broke, and you could just see that leg bend the wrong way.
I never remembered his name, but I remember that.
I don't remember if he was Sid Vicious at the time or Sid Justice or Psycho Sid, but it was Sid.
Sorry, I just got it. David Hayner
Holy crap on a cracker, all the blood, all the gore, all the smart-ass attitude. My God, Spencer and company hit it out of the park with a bloody baseball bat. The ransom verse lives. People are liking Can't Kill Cade issue 1. And
Nice.
also really digging the final chapter on the first arc of Voidwalker, which is just super fucking exciting. We haven't forgotten about the ransom verse. Me and Pete actually talked last night, and Pete was like, definitely have Jeff do a ransom verse book after City of Rot. And I was like, oh yeah. It was the plan before, and it's the plan after. Like, it's gonna be cool. But you know, we'll be doing them all in tandem. I'm sort of starting to rough out all of the ideas for Slash TV with Michael Odom. Got some cool little bits that can sort of distinguish it, because I didn't want it to just be, it's a slasher game show, but I don't want it to be like just a rip-off of Running Man or anything like that. Like, it needs to be its own thing. And so we're trying to come up with a sort of fun, not necessarily format, but sort of like a, not format or template, I can't really think of the word for it, but a unique delivery system or execution of the concept that makes it fun. Like, how can we make this comic actually feel like a game show, and not like make it gimmicky, like still have it entertaining and gory and fun. The book is absolutely ridiculous. The concept is over the top. And we're thinking about almost having it be like, it's either, there's going to be either some cameos, some Easter eggs, or maybe just some legit crossover. I've reached out to a couple of people with slashers of their own, some properties that have had movies. I talked to Geronimo. I was going to reach out to Lawson about it. Because it's sort of this future where we've circled back around to gladiatorial combat, but it's not gladiators anymore. It's slashers hunting random idiots who want to win a lot of money, while soccer moms and old people watch it on TV at home. Really stupid shit, and it's just going to be really gory. We're sort of thinking about this back end part to it.
Look like that.
Yeah, there's a little bit more going on behind the scenes, and that's what we're sort of fleshing out right now and figuring out. But it's just going to be another one that's just full of like fun characters and kill gags. Odom's style works really well for it. He's another one that's if you guys saw like any of his October stuff he was doing, the like Inktober stuff he's doing all sorts of prompts, hilarious stuff. He's kind of got like an old Archie Jughead vibe, sort of like Michael O'Shea too. So I think that that really works with the whole vibe, because the book is going to be like very ridiculous and very gory, so it helps to balance it out with a little bit of humor and some fun, not so realistic art. And I'm like, I love, I think a lot of people think there's some sort of negative connotation when I say like cartoonists and stuff like that, or cartoony stuff, but I genuinely love that kind of stuff. I think that's why I like your stuff so much too, is you're kind of that balance of like perfect like cartooning and like mainstream comic art. And you're not this homogenized like Jim Lee clone. Mm-hmm. It's nice. That's why I always mention dudes like Jack Davis and stuff, like the dudes back in the day that is like, oh yeah, I can draw like realism, but that's not fun to do, and that's not fun to look at. Like, mm-hmm. And that's not what we're here for in comics. Like comics is the fun medium because you can push things so much and limit other things so things stand out really hard. And it's like there's all these cool tricks, just like there is in filmmaking, But I think that's the problem I have with comics now is, like we talked about the back when movies used to be this gumbo of awesome shit. Comics was the same thing, and now people are really like limiting the tools and tricks they have in their bag. It's a bummer. Just stocked the full series of Voidwalker and the first issue of Can't Kill Cade at M&M Video Games in St. Petersburg, Florida. We only stock Alterna there. Kick ass, dude.
I love St. Petersburg.
I was going to say, when the world is back to normal and me and the girlfriend take a trip down to Florida again, we're going to have to take a day trip out there and fucking pay you a visit.
Yeah, me and my wife used to live in Tampa, and we love Tampa and that whole area. So maybe one day we'll take a trip down to Tampa and visit Ashen.
Hell yeah, man. Go in and sign whatever's there. Sign babies. Alterna is the only thing worth stocking that distributes. Scout isn't too bad either. Their Black Caravan imprint has been solid. Yeah, there's definitely some indie guys that are doing it right. You're going to find the whole, whatever you want to call it there, SJW stuff all over the place. People are individuals. It's how they carry themselves. It's not a bad thing to want to fight for other people's rights and shit like that, but if you're a dickhead and an annoying asshole about it, and it's at the cost of other people's livelihoods, I don't have time for you. But there's a lot of progressive people at Scout that are great. There's a lot of great books over there too. There's a lot of good stuff going on. There's a lot of indie people that just aren't attached to any publisher or anything, doing their own thing, that are absolutely kicking ass. Polito's a big name that comes to mind immediately, just because he manages to stay out of all the drama and just completely fucking crush shit, doing his own comics and having a good time. Yeah. The big thing is we got to this weird place in time where the majority of people started to really let other people's opinions affect them way more than they ever should have. And that ballooned into like apocalyptic levels. But it kind of seems like that's starting to like die back down. And I don't know if it's like that balloon exploded and people are just fed up with it now and don't care, so they don't even acknowledge it anymore, or what? Because that's the whole thing, is like this came from a place of, I like to think, like, you know, level-headedness. Like there's a point in time where people like us were willing to meet these people halfway and hear them out. And that seems to have passed a while ago, but it's like eventually things come to a head and then just blow over. And I think we're in that period now.
Well, didn't you send me that thing from Jim Shooter talking about Bill Mantlo and...
Oh yeah, that Jim Shooter stuff. I actually sent that to you initially because I was like, this will be good for bringing up on stream at some point. It's basically just Jim Shooter saying like everything CG said for the last like 3-4 years. And it's like obvious shit. Yeah. Then Bill Mantlo walks into my office one time and he's having a major war with whoever was his editor at the time. He's insisting he wants to do this story where Spider-Man fathers an illegitimate child. And I said no, which, yeah, it's like, that's retarded. Tell you what, why that would be like a Batman story through and through. Not that that's Marvel, but it's like you find someone like that works in it. I think that would be a really good story to bring like maybe Moon Knight back into the fold. Because he doesn't really get included in a lot of the comic stuff for whatever reason. Tell you what, do that same story, call him Arachnid Man, do it for Epic, and everybody will really know that it's Spider-Man. He said, why not? I said, look, we have licensed Spider-Man under ruse. We have things in the contract that say we won't do things like that. I said, can you imagine on a slow news day, the president of the union underwear wakes up and they're on CNN. They're talking about Spider-Man fathering an illegitimate child. All over the Bible Belt, underoos are being pulled off of shelves. The people who own this company have put me here in order to keep you from doing that. Do that in the adult line for Epic. These just aren't our characters, and we can't just mess around with them like that. We do have obligations. I didn't carve them, but they are there. Those last two lines are the most important part of all of this. these aren't our characters, and we can't just mess around with them like that. We do have obligations.
Yep.
Yeah, you are a fucking glorified torchbearer. You should be honored. There's two things that you should be when you are working at these companies. You should be honored that you're allowed to work on these characters, these legacy characters, and then you should be paid accordingly. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not paying you properly, you don't make a shitty story for them for the shitty pay they give you. You walk away and you have some fucking backbone and some integrity. That's the issue here. That's the big issue, is desperate fucking idiots who are spiteful, not getting paid what they think they deserve, so they hand in mediocre fucking work.
Well, and like, if you're hired to build somebody a garage and you build them a gazebo, it doesn't matter how nice the gazebo is, they paid you for a garage.
Yeah.
You know?
That's another great way to put it. And I'm sure, you know, there are guys who get fucked and don't get a good deadline or anything like that, but it's like, that's the reality of comics, dude. That's what you got into. Sometimes that's a thing. And you either agree to something, and then guess what? If you agree to a certain contract terms and they breach those terms, you fucking have to deal with it like an adult and fucking deal with it legally. Like that's why there's legal precedents and stuff. If people fuck you over and you allow them to fuck you over, then they're just going to keep fucking you over in little ways.
Mm-hmm.
And that whole, oh, we're friends, but I'm going to fuck you thing, that is like 90% of what this industry is built on. And then the other fucking 10% is the fear that if I do speak up about these guys, all of their friends are just going to side with them and I'm never going to get work again.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing, is like, you guys got your mouth on the teat and you're suckling and you're sad. You're fucking scared you're going to get slapped off of it. Like, I get it, but I'm also not a fucking coward.
You know, another thing too, like, they act like there's never been this fan criticism before. Like, you know, the fans are out of control. But
it's
like,
insane.
You look at it, like, look, I remember growing up, and remember when they killed Jason Todd? Why'd they kill him? Because the fans hated him.
Oh,
the fans were incensed by the character.
I just gotta
fans hated stuff with the Clone Saga. And you go back and listen to the old Star Trek actors, and they have all kinds of stories of how crazy the fans could be. You know, the fans are great, but fans have complaints. And that's, like, you know, Galaxy Quest kind of shows that too, like, you know, how obsessed fans can be, and like the problems that the actors had, and why they didn't care enough about the characters as the fans did, but the fans may have over cared about certain things. Like, that's always been a part of any fandom. It's not like this is some new, you know, thing just because Twitter got invented.
Dude, before Twitter, there was fucking Wizard Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, there was, you know, the letters pages in the back of your favorite comic book. And before that, it was just fans taking the initiative and sending their own fucking letters in. Dudes would get fucking giant letters. And there's creators that, you know, absolutely love it and knew how to handle it really well. I can't remember who it was, but there was a creator where you could send him fucking like a handwritten letter, and he would always read them, and he would like almost always send you a letter back, which I thought was wicked fucking cool. And it was like, obviously this was a long time ago and everything, when that
Ditko?
was the main, I think it might have been Ditko, but it was a guy where I had read one where the fan like is, I mean, it's old like 60s, 70s talk or something, but the fan is like roasting him for the time. Like, he's not like talking good about the book. And it's essentially like, I think it is Ditko, because it's like very like gracious letter back, but still like kind of weirdo.
Right.
Like probably how I would write to people, because I'm just like, I don't know how to talk to people. I can't read a person if they're not in the room.
I can't read words of the English language.
Yeah. I can't read. I can only write.
Because I'm an idiot savant.
Yeah, it's a struggle. No, but it's like so like I feel like any letter I wrote to anyone would be super weird, but it was it's cool to see those things back in the day, even where like you would get roasted, and there were creators that still had grace and brains and knew how to respond to it without driving that fan away.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like, hey, sorry I didn't get you on this one, but maybe we'll get you on the next one. Like, not just like an empty line like that or anything. Is genuinely like a response that let the person know that their entire letter was read, which is also kind of a hard thing to do without just like bullet pointing everything and going through it. Mm-hmm. But like organically responding in a way where it's like, yes, I've heard your concerns, and maybe I won't address them directly in public or whatever, or in a book. I'm not going to change things, but I'm engaging you, and I'm acknowledging that your voice is heard. And I'm sure for whoever wrote that fucking letter to the dude, it was a huge thing either way. And even stuff like that can sway people on it. Everybody's going to have a bad issue in a series. Not everybody's going to love every fucking thing you do. But if you're understanding of that, and you're still trying to keep people around and keep people engaged in reading your stuff, you learn how to move forward.
And I always think it's like a big self-own when people share it. Like every few months, some creators will share that screenshot of Stan's soapbox where a fan wrote in, "Hey Ryan,
what's up, Ryan?"
A fan wrote in complaining about Stan Lee, putting in like, I think it was like civil rights era politics into his comics, and they use this as an example to see, comics have always been political. But I'm like, but there's also the other side of it where a fan is writing him complaining about it, showing that this has always been controversial in comics. It's like you're not even recognizing that there's two sides.
Here's the thing, though. The mainstream mistakes being political and being current in all of this with being, or their version of that is being very on the nose and very in the present, in not like an entertaining way. Like,
exactly.
You like at that point, you might as well just be doing like Congress hearing comics and shit like that. They're not exciting. Endorsing political anything on your comics is cringy as fuck. Larson endorses like every Democratic candidate. He did it with Obama. How do you feel that you have this dude who fucking drone struck the fuck out of brown people for like 4 years straight is smiling on the cover of your comic? I would not endorse any fucking political candidate.
No, it's always cringy. It's like, so Hellboy and Savage Dragon.
That shit's
like,
nuts.
Shut up.
The best political comics were commentating on something that was current in a roundabout way. Notice how Captain America exploded when they went from Captain America fighting Hitler to Captain America fighting the Red Skull. Mm-hmm. Marvel realized the formula already, guys. They figured it out. They've written fucking books about it. You don't do one-to-one recreations of everyday realism. You make your own fucking mashup of it and make things interesting. If I wanted to read something about Hitler, it would be, the accurate information about Hitler, not about the time he fucking had a laser gun fight with fucking, with Captain America and a bunch of Disney dudes wrote it for me. Or, like it's just fucking insane. And that's the thing too, is like these Nazis they're putting in comics nowadays, all these bad guys that they're fighting, in their brain are like the equivalent to Hitler, and it's fucking bonkers to me. Is like, I've yet to see these dudes banding together giant armies and executing people in the street, doing all this horrible shit. It really just seems like a bunch of people trying to make their own fucking books and be left alone, while a bunch of piss babies screech about it, and it's fucking annoying.
But it's like you said earlier.
I learned all about a vegan from Morrison and Nesenti, but never felt like they hated me for eating meat.
No, they hated you for being Ryan Wynn, not for eating meat.
Morrison's like everything now. Didn't he just come out as non-binary as well?
Yep. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like it's like you said earlier. It's all about entertainment. Like
he's everything or nothing. I don't know what that is now.
What?
If you're non-binary, are you considered? Yeah, I guess it'd be no genders, not
No
all
gender.
genders.
It's like, yeah, it's basically like a gender.
Yeah.
You're not conforming to either of the sides.
So then maybe it's kind of both. You could be any or none.
Yeah, you're like a ethereal being.
Any is gender fluid. Non-binary is you don't identify with any of them.
Gender fluid means you can change into one at will.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's any. Yeah. The other one is none.
Yeah. Man. It's the absence of.
So Grant Morrison is genderless, which I still, now that we've parsed the terms, still don't know what they mean.
But like you were saying earlier, like it's about entertainment. Like I don't care what somebody's politics are as long as I'm entertained by the story. Because like realistically, everything I like every writer and movie is pretty much coming from a perspective that I disagree with. But I like it because it's presented in a really entertaining way. And that's what all writers and artists used to know, is how to present things in an entertaining way. And today it's just, we're going to jam our views down your throat. And we're going to worry about the story and the characters second, if at all.
That's where the problem comes in. That's exactly. I can tell you guys, I have a really, really, really political book. It's more like a military thriller. I might have told you a little bit about it a while ago. It's like I've been conceptualizing it for a while, but this was like years back. I had this idea and I wrote like the first couple pages to it, and then like shit started happening in the real world that was oddly reminiscent of what I was writing. And I was like, oh, this is going to feel way too like topical and current and feel like I was just like ripping all these ideas. Like, it dealt with human trafficking. It dealt with, this was the really weird one, was I had written a whole section about, this, they're like a DEA task force, and they raid a warehouse, and it's like a human chop shop. And then a week later, that happened in Arizona. If you've heard that story, it was like a year or two back now. Yeah. I had been working on that story for like 4 or 5 years now, and had like just finished up on a section of that, and that fucking article was trending, and I was like, holy fucking shit. And I put that on ice for a while. It's just in my notes, it's called Patriots Disease, and it's mashes up my love of a lot of things. It's essentially what would have been my pitch for a Call of Duty game, but like grounded and real and not so Michael Bay movie. But it dealt with like pedophiles, human trafficking, government corruption, tons of shit. And it all got put on ice just because I was like, a lot of this is starting to come out. And then like QAnon stuff started getting really big.
Mitch just mentioned QAnon.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Perfect timing. Yeah, QAnon stuff blew up, and I was like, oh shit. One of the big early influences, which this isn't even QAnon stuff, but if you guys remember To Catch a Predator, caught a guy. I believe he was like I don't remember what he was exactly. I don't want to say he was a senator. I think he was like local government or something in his area, and he got caught, and when they raided his house live, he fucking shot himself.
Oh shit, really?
And that's why To Catch a Predator got taken down. And a lot of people don't know that story, but that was the inciting incident for like what started sparking my brain for this. And the whole idea is basically like this law enforcement team gets to see real evil while investigating this case, and then sort of a going dark, ditching the badge to do what's right story. But it explodes out into a lot more as more information comes out, and you find out like the extent of the government corruption and everything. But it's like anti everything and very political. And I was like, this would immediately put put a huge target on my back with probably a lot of different people. I'll probably eventually do it. I almost just started writing it as a novel under a pen name a while back, just because I didn't know what else to do with it, and I still want to get the story out of my head.
Biggins McPenis.
The
new novel from Biggins McPenis.
Yeah. Right? Oh, you know my pen name is going to be a secret dick joke without a doubt. He's a hermit. Yeah. I'm gonna be the next one in that wizard club. I'm gonna be the American wizard, is what everybody will call me.
You don't even like fantasy.
Fuck you, dude. Wizards do other shit other than fantasy.
No, that's what they are.
They eventually have to grow up. There's space wizards. Fuck you.
Which are fantasy.
Galactus, big old space wizard. He's like a wizard king. No, I'm riffing here.
I was gonna say
he looks like a wizard. If I were a space wizard, I'd aspire to be like Galactus, Wizard King Galactus. We're taking it back. Marvel, give me a job. There you go. It doesn't have anything to do with continuity, so it's a slam dunk in your eyes.
Just those two words got me excited. Wizard King. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I might have to change my story. Yeah, he's kind of like a king, right? You have like your Silver Surfer emissary you send out. Like, that'd be weird if he's just like a dude who doesn't rule over anything, and Silver Surfer, like, no, I promise. Like, there's a whole kingdom in the other galaxy over there. You haven't. I'll show you eventually. Silver Surfer's like, all right, like, I guess I'll follow you.
Yeah, Galactus is like the lesser gods under a Iluvatar in Lord of the Rings.
Oh my god. Let me just load my gun real quick, guys.
One of Valar.
It's all about the finished work. Alan Moore is a boss. That's the big thing, too. My wizardry won't reveal itself till like 20 years down the road. And you can't proclaim yourself a wizard. You have to do battle with another wizard, and it rubs off on you.
But are you going to change like form to your real form, which is like a ferret or something?
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. I'm the smallest, hairiest animal ever. Yeah, I turned into a bear, but it's a bear cub. I don't know why my animal form just never ages.
Why do you look like Piglet?
I'm like literally like a day old bear cub. Tufts of fur on me. Ooh. The fuck is that? Yeah, I'm a wizard king. Dude, see, I should write fantasy. It just fucking falls out of me.
Oh, so that's it. Like, you hate yourself, but that's the thing that you're best at. Like, you know, when actors are like, oh, I always want to be a rock star, but they suck at it. But the thing that they're really good at, acting, is what, you know, they make their money from.
Actors? You mean Mark Wahlberg?
Mitch said, the thing with Moore is it seems like he wants to be left alone, but he'll come out here and there, and they instigate him, and he's like, do you see my girth? I don't care about any of you.
He's just being like a grandpa now and seems to like have it figured out. He's got that movie, I think either finally came out or is coming out. I'm looking up Doom Guy right now. But yeah, he's got a movie, Showpieces, I think it was called.
No idea.
I think he's in it too. Fuck, man, I need to get Doom Eternal. Not right now because I have no time, but Doom Guy. I gotta do Doom Guy. Caleb from the same blood, who looks like just a fucking cool ass like undead cowboy. And then Ash from Army of Darkness.
Cool.
Yeah, which that one is going to be really cool.
Leo says Grant's Green Lantern run has been great. Liam Sharp is a sweet artist. Yeah, he's awesome. And he's a nice dude too.
Ryan knows this. I've like read a bunch of Morrison's stuff and never seem to end up connecting with it at all. Like, I think a lot of it comes across like he's really up his own ass, and like it feels like he like heard Alan Moore was calling himself a wizard and was like, "Ooh, I want to be a wizard too."
Right.
Like he's the fucking same idiot who did his own documentary and was like, "Oh, I did acid and talked to like God and John Lennon's fucking disembodied head and all this other dumb shit." And I was just like, "Oh God, this is why like idiots shouldn't be allowed to even like learn about psychedelics."
Yeah, Morrison talking at that conference about magic. It was like, as the British would say, like I felt like he was a wanker.
Yeah, it's like, dude, go do a 10 strip of acid and hang out in Grizzly Bear Woods with like 10-year friends, shotgunning beers all night and fucking partying while it's raining fucking sideways. It's 40 degrees out and they're hunting the Boston bomber. When you can do that, then get back to me, Grant Morrison, with your magic bullshit.
Isn't that his name? Tsarnaev?
I don't know. Was that the Boston bomber?
I think so. Well,
all I know is we did a ton of acid in the woods with bears all around us all night long. We slept in a fucking lean-to. I made a fire in the pouring rain and kept it going for 8 hours and cooked like 3 pounds of bacon on it and burgers and shit. We ate like kings. And then in the morning, a troop of 80 Boy Scouts showed up and told us that they got the Boston bomber.
I remember listening to...
that was the last time I tripped on acid.
I listened to the radio channel when that was going on, because there's an app where you could listen to the cops talking about like, different things that were coming in. It was cool as they track them down.
Hell yeah. Now, do I do Doom Guy unmasked? Like classic Doom Slayer?
No. He's cooler with the helmet.
You do him with the helmet?
Yeah.
It's like, but you do the unmasked, you can do like the old health bar.
I mean,
the beat up face. I could do that under the mask though too. Have his face showing through. Hot damn.
I've always been hit or miss with Grant Morrison. I love All-Star Superman, and that's the comic that made me like fall in love with that character. But some of his other stuff, like his Batman, where he had like Batman all over the world, I could not get into.
I mean, he literally explained how to do sigil magic in the Invisibles. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be Kayla once she starts writing her own things. Like, all right, today we're learning about tarot, kid.
All her tarot cards are like heroes from Boston, so it's like Tom Brady is on one of the cards and Mark Wahlberg's on another card.
I should just make her do that for the Heretic short. I wanted her to write a Heretic short for the Hellseekers annual. Just be like, do some fucking weird experimental hippie shit. Know how I make fun of you for tarot all the time? Do that.
Yeah, We Three is great.
Leo, I can't wait for you to like come up here and meet everybody sometime, because Kayla's gonna try to read your cards like she does to everybody. And it's been like years and she's never read my cards. I just make up like some weird excuse every time. My energy's all fucked up.
I'd do it. I think it'd be fun.
Of course you would. You fucking mystical hippie.
No, I don't.
She'd be like, I bought Lord of the Rings cards just for you. She's got a bunch of ridiculous sets and shit. I just told her, I was like, we'd do it, and you'd like it'd just be all death cards. Like something out of a shitty 80s movie.
Who would be...
This isn't even possible.
Mitch says, agreed, I'm into all kinds of weird shit. Not to say I practice anything. Yes, you do. But I've read a ton of chaos magic books and shit.
Yeah, he's at the bar drinking, which means he's in the woods cutting a goat in half right now.
Yeah.
Just me, a couple of friends, some robes, a crooked knife.
Ryan Wynn says, I stole a Japanese copy of We Three in Japan because Ryan was a thief.
I stole. I hustled those people for all of their cool shit.
Colonizer.
Oh my god. Welcome to the Colonizer Podcast. Paint should be coming in tomorrow. Rest of the shirts should be coming in tomorrow.
Who of Boston fame would be on the death card in tarot?
Whitey Bulger.
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I think you got to have like Bill Burr in there.
Yeah, Bill Burr would be the fool.
Really?
Yeah.
Why the fool?
Doesn't necessarily mean you're an idiot. There's like different. We'd have to have Kayla on here to explain it some night.
Yeah, we'll just do that. We'll wait until she gets here.
And there's like actual like nomenclature, like terminology for everything. Like I'm always like, what are the different stacks? Like, let's get stack in here, and I'll say really dumb shit like that. But there's like different like setups. I guess configurations would be the easiest way to describe it. Where you do them like in a line or whatever, or like there's one like in a cross pattern and they mean different things. And yeah, I don't fucking know how any of it works because it's like crystal hippie shit, dude.
Can we do a Ouija board when I come up there?
Yeah, we'll do all of it. I don't give a shit. We'll do a Ouija board, and it's gonna be some gay demon.
Alright, who wants to fuck me?
EGAYDEMON. Oh shit.
ASSTOMOUTH.
Oh, Ryan, I said that to Jeff like week 1. I was like, man, I can't wait for you to come up here. We're gonna get you so blasted. We'll make a trash can gravity bong and just make Jeff smoke like a half ounce in one rip.
I'm gonna take one puff and like, oh my gosh, guys, where am I?
We lose Jeff. We lost Jeff, guys.
He didn't even inhale, guys. I don't know.
It's the Death Curse hangover stream. And Phil's work led to a ton of great punk logos. Phil Hine. Okay, I was like, what is the Chaos Guy?
Is that Dead Kennedys?
Oh, I think we're still just talking about magic now.
I don't know punk bands, so I can't opine on that.
Right. Crass DK. Jesus Christ. It's like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
There were very few punk bands that I was able to get into because I started with metal, and punk felt like a devolution.
A step back, yeah.
Yeah. And so like Misfits I loved because it was kind of in that same flavor. Ramones too, but like I couldn't get into stuff like Sex Pistols and MXPX and all that shit.
We had a place out here, I don't think it's around anymore. It was literally like an old crack house that this punk kid had bought. I think it's called Whitney's house. This old punk kid had bought it. It's in like the ass end of Connecticut. But he had bought it, and it was like legit an old crack house. Like a bunch of people had like OD'd in it and shit like that, and there was always problems there. But he bought it, gutted the whole fucking thing, and paid to rezone it, and turned it into a venue. And it was just a crust punk venue that was the house. It was the most insane shit. Like all the toilets were destroyed and nothing worked. The place had like spray paint all over everything. It was cool as fuck, but it was like. At that point, I had already been in a band once, had played a couple of shows, and been going to shows like crazy all the time and getting fucking face beaten in pits and shit like that and going nuts because it was all metal shows and like hardcore and post-hardcore shows.
Ryan said, MXPX is not punk, you dork. That's corporate pop, you dink.
Right.
I said, I don't know punk bands. No Effects, is that considered punk? I don't know.
I sadly suffer from girth curse. That's what all the subscribers of our Patreon suffer from.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, I told Ryan I'm gonna start coming up with creative ways to shill the Patreon. It'll give you a big dick syndrome.
Said, no Effects.
Yeah, sign up for $1 and you'll be stricken with girth.
Now Blue Chew has to endorse us.
We're gonna get so sued.
Do you want girth in your pants? You need Blue Chew.
Yeah, someone else said girth proof. That had me dying. Planet Girth, the other end of that Grindhouse double feature, or Girth Terror.
Girth Russell.
Girth Russell's good. He should have named his son that.
Girthy Han.
What's up? I'm Girth Russell. Oh, that's their daughter. She took mom's name.
Ryan
did anybody watch that fucking... Oh, sorry.
Ryan says, listen to Dead Milkmen. And then he used the Lord's name in vain because he's a bad person. Mitch says, one of my first bands, my drummer was in a punk band, Mohawk, studded leather, and striped shirts. That dude could do absolutely nothing but double bass and blast beats. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And then he said, that's not punk. Drop the Patreon link. I would with a wrench. LOL.
We got the Patreon link should be in the description. I think it's like one of the bottom links. There's Kevin's Patreon, which is Count Pagan, and just the imprint Patreon, which is at Death Curse. So it should be patreon.com/deathcurse. I can't seem to check the description of the video right now to see if it's actually up there. But I can drop the link in chat for you in a moment. I'm still in the middle of retooling it because things were fucking crazy with the Indiegogo. The channel's been going great and everything, but it's got some real old posts, some of the old Camp Rainbow stuff, some look at the Camp Rainbow mask, and it's going to start getting a lot of updates. I'll be posting the pictures of the sketch cards I'm doing on there. There's going to be a lot of behind the scenes stuff on City of Rot and Return to Camp Rainbow as a whole. Lots and lots of cool shit coming on there. Me and Kevin a while ago, there's actually, I think, one character concept up there, but we got our hands on the original script for Romero's Day of the Dead, and we're talking about potentially doing that on the Patreon. So that might still happen down the road, but now we're like, why do something that we can't license when we can just do our own horror story that'll be cool. But yeah, there's some cool old shit on there, some failed projects from years and years back of mine that you can see. And I'll be putting Gruesome Griggs up there, which is another old project with a guy from Finland, Jesse Plikus, that I worked with, sort of a Mignola clone type of artist, but he's great. It was a weird supernatural Western we did.
Ryan says, my definition of punk is just counter to culture. Doesn't mean Mohawks and anarchy. We are all punks here, Jeff. You say so.
We're retooling all the bigger tiers and stuff for that right now, though. But the dollar access, I'll get you just everything on there at the moment, other than like physical rewards. Like I'm figuring out original sketches if you guys want more stuff like that. Sketch cards, sort of on like a subscription plan where you can get them quarterly or annually or however the fuck you want. Death Curse t-shirts and stuff like that. We're gonna do some exclusive Patreon merch over there eventually, and we were kicking around the ideas of starting to do some like secret Patreon only episodes over there where we'll stream for like an hour, and that'll be the super uncut shit behind a little paywall. But like I said, for all the videos, the content, stuff like that, you can sign up to the Patreon for $1, basically $12 a year, and you'll get all the other videos. We're still going to be doing these regular streams on here. Nothing's changing on here. It's just going to be a little bit of extra stuff. Might be a little bit more foul, even more uncensored. Who knows what we'll get into. We can also sort of do other shit there that we couldn't do on here, like potentially stream some old movies and stuff like that and hang out with you guys. And me and Ryan and Jeff and the guys have all been talking about doing what's called some tutorial videos and stuff like that, maybe some printed tutorial stuff, and if you guys are interested in it, eventually some stuff on how I write and things like that, because I've gotten a lot of questions about it over the past couple of months, and if I can figure out how to articulate it properly in written form for you guys, I'd love to do that. Okay, I'm patched in, undying as fuck. Goddamn, Mitch, you are the best. We're gonna get going on this Doom guy in a minute. I'm just trying to... I want to do his face showing through the mask a little bit, so I'm just trying to figure out a little bit of blocking on that beforehand. Yeah, lots of ranting about the Patreon though, but cool shit coming to that real soon. And it's gonna be fun. Sorry about that, Jeff.
No, good. Get all the stuff out there. You have all the information for everybody. The masses need to know.
I have to pull up YouTube to give Mitch a wrench. Give me a moment, dudes. Jeff, take over. Save me.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my... Start singing.
Yeah, right. Cue the Benny Hill music. Ryan loves when you call it that.
So I don't want to be called a punk though, because I never was into punk. It feels wrong.
Moderator Mitch. Just don't abuse the ban hammer. We have very few rules here.
Anybody's been banned.
Yeah, right.
So when my mom was here for Thanksgiving, we watched a bunch of horror movies at night. And have you seen that Blumhouse movie, The Lie?
No, that's one of the new ones they just added on
Amazon.
Amazon, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm just fucking around, Mitch. What is banning? Yeah, right. Sorry.
It's not a horror movie. It's more of like a thriller. It's pretty good. You know, it's nothing to write home about, but it was a good watch just when there's nothing out there right now. There's no movies out really, so just any kind of content is good. We watched that. Better Watch Out was actually pretty good. That's an older movie from a couple years ago.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and then I realized that one is also on Shudder, and I had it on my list. That's why it was like familiar.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing because they don't show any of the gore, but for what it is, it's basically a movie about a babysitter on like Christmas Eve or something, and there's some kind of killer out on the loose. But it has some really good, twists and turns as it goes on that I can't give away because it would spoil the whole movie. But
yeah,
good actors. It's a pretty funny movie too. So it's free on Amazon and I guess Shudder. I think it was on Tubi where I watched it through.
You animal.
Tubi's awesome.
Tubi's awesome. I love Tubi.
What else did we watch? We watched something else. Oh, we watched Dark as the Night, I think that's what it's called. Let me just make sure.
Oh, is that the one with one of the Tremor brothers?
No idea.
Hang on.
Oh, Dark Was the Night. And it has...
Yeah.
Oh, wait. That's a different movie.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he's one of the Tremor brothers from Smoking Aces.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you meant Trauma. I thought you were saying Trauma.
Oh, no. Sorry, that's my speech impediment talking.
Yeah, and Lucas Haas is in it.
Yeah, no, that was it was sort of like werewolf-y, right? But they don't really quite show you till the end.
Yeah. It sounded cooler as they're telling you about what the monster could be, because they kind of like lean into like the devil.
I'm not sure if people have seen it, so I'm like dancing around it a little bit just for the chat. It's not bad. It has definitely some good bits that built suspense successfully, from what I remember, but it didn't have much of a payoff in the end.
It feels very much
it had
like
a great
Shyamalan
trailer, from what I remember.
Yeah, that's why we watched it. But it feels kind of like the guy who directed it must have been really influenced by Shyamalan, because it has his sort of style, but it just doesn't really work all that well as the movie goes along.
Yeah, it keeps, like, every time it starts to successfully build up, that momentum kind of just fizzles out.
Yeah, and like people are already like freaked out when nothing's really happened. Everybody's freaked about this monster being out there, but there hasn't been any like big event that makes.
I was gonna say it has a bit of that Stephen King Storm of the Century vibe because of that.
Exactly.
Like everybody's sort of like bottlenecked in one. It's like a bottle episode. Like everybody's locked in one location for the sake of a budget, and that was one of the few things that I did think worked for the movie, though, is that all these people are starting to panic and everything, and you're literally seeing that fear of the unknown coming apart, like, in front of you, but you're seeing the human angle of it. Instead of you directly being afraid of not knowing what the thing looks like, you're seeing this whole group of people fucking, like, unravel and panic because they don't know what the fuck is waiting for them. That's a really cool idea, and I'm like, you could take that concept and do it 100 different ways, and it'll probably, like, there's probably a couple different ways in there where you can execute that in a very interesting 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
That's a great monster movie right there. Like, Evil Dead sort of did the reverse, where it's coming from the woods, but it's also sort of coming from inside the cabin or whatever. But you do like friends go out to a cabin for a weekend, and there's some gnarly fucking monster in the woods. This is the hunting grounds of some fucking werewolf guy who's lived out here for ages, unbothered, just eating travelers. There's a lot of stuff you could do with it.
Yeah, and the monster itself, without giving anything away, it works for the majority of the movie because it's kind of like Jaws, where you're not seeing it, you're just getting hints of it.
That's what I mean.
And they have that scene where they show him full, and it kind of ruins it.
It's got the vibe of like a werewolf movie or something early on. There's like, or where it's like they're like almost like unexplained super grisly animal attacks, and they're trying to figure out what the fuck it is, and you're finding out with them. It's more of like a monster mystery, I guess.
Yeah, like you don't know if it's an animal or a supernatural thing, or if it's like a demon. Like you don't really know for most of it.
But that's why it was so. Yeah, it works. But that's why I thought it was gonna be a werewolf in the end or something. Was because it plays on all of those tropes.
But even then, like, the tropes, there's a scene in it where this one character, you know, like in a lot of these movies, you have the sheriff who's trying to save the town, but people are ending up dying. And then there's always like that backwoods guy, like in Silver Bullet, for example. There's the drunk guy who's like, you know, the sheriff isn't protecting people. But you get where he's saying that because the town has all these murders taking place. And then in this movie, they're trying to do that with this one character, and he's like, I don't want. I guess I can kind of spoil this one thing because it's told early on. The sheriff lost one of his children. One of his kids died, and this character just out of nowhere is just like, you couldn't even keep your own kid safe. And it was like, why would he just immediately go to that? Like, go so hard instantly.
It's fucking intense.
But it was like, I get that if it was later on in the film, where like the bodies are really piling up and stuff, but you know, it felt very much like a lot of the tropes that you've seen in a million other films. So at the end of it, I was kind of like waiting for it to be done. Kevin Durant, though, I like him. Wait, is it Kevin Durant? Is that his name?
Durand, I think.
Oh, Durant. Okay,
D on Durant. The end.
I was like, is that a basketball player?
Yeah, Durant is the basketball player.
Great basketball guys, but terrible actor.
Dark was the night.
Was the night. Yeah,
it comes at night. Sort of similar with absolutely no payoff. It comes at night. I think a lot of people will either absolutely love or absolutely hate.
Was that the one?
It was
like Apocalypse.
Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
And I think the dude who's in Possessor as well.
Yeah, that movie was a real bummer because it was just like the trailers looked so cool and I couldn't wait for it. And it was another A24 movie. And
well, that's the thing too, is that movie is a real bummer. Like, that almost feels like that's the point of it, is like, it's like fucking like paranoid nihilism to the max.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I hate like the whole paranoid thing where it just leads to nothing like that movie did. I was like, oh, I want more.
Yeah, what comes at night? Paranoia!
Yeah. Metatron's Cube, movie with no payoff, Beyond the Black Rainbow. I love Beyond the Black Rainbow. I think that's an amazing movie.
Kevin would be screeching right now if he were here.
That was like my favorite movie that year.
That is I
bought it without seeing it.
Panos Cosmatos, man. That is one of the things early on where I was like, I'm gonna do this weird, like, futuristic sci-fi fantasy for the 24-hour comic. Like, Beyond the Black Rainbow is written in my notebook for consumer. It's like, weird shit like this. And just started listing a bunch of stuff that I like.
Metatron's Cube, I like it, but I make my friends watch it to punish them.
Just be like, what did you show me? Like,
yeah, I love that movie. I think the whole style of it's great. I think it's got an interesting story, and I love too how he takes like this retro futurism approach with it. You know, like the movie feels like it takes place in the 80s, but it's
that's what I really like about it too. Is like, I want to have some like really fucking weird shit, but then I was like, no, I need to not be too experimental, so it still reads like a story. So,
yeah,
who knows what'll happen?
And you know, his dad was it George Cosmatos, who directed a bunch of Stallone movies, and I think he also directed Tombstone.
Yeah, his dad's like the director of Cobra, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, George P. Cosmatos. And he did, Tombstone, I was right. And Rambo First Blood Part 2, Cobra. Oh, he did Leviathan. That was not very good.
Well, no, he's an Italian director who did the cash grab stuff. It's like...
He is a Greco-Italian director. He was born in Florence, Italy.
Which means he wrestles naked.
Florence is really cool. Shadow Conspiracy. I've never seen that one. Charlie Sheen, Donald Sutherland, and Linda Hamilton. That was the last movie he did. But yeah, Mitch, Mandy was better. I like Mandy a lot as well. I think.
Yeah, Mandy kicked ass.
I don't know if I like it better or not. I like them equally because they're so different. It's hard for me to say which one I like better. Yeah, I'm always like every month I'll probably Google, Panos' next movie to hope that there's some kind of information out there.
Hoping he's announced it.
Yeah. Because after Beyond the Black Rainbow came out, I was like, oh, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? And like he didn't announce it for like a year or something, and it was like Mandy, and I was like, what the fuck is that? That doesn't tell me anything.
It's just a chick's name. What the fuck?
Yeah, like, oh, is he just gonna do like some indie movie about some chick? And like, that's lame.
Hi.
Hi.
Yelling at me.
Mitch, Cobra, man. That was a great flick. The fight in the sewer or whatever at the end.
You're the disease. And I'm gonna cut up this pizza real quick.
Get my pizza scissors. Hey, yo, get my pizza scissors.
I can't believe fucking Zach did a book with him and he didn't ask him why he fucking cuts pizza up with scissors in that movie. What a missed opportunity.
As they're sitting down at a restaurant eating pizza, Stallone pulls out scissors from his pocket.
I would fucking scream, dude. That would be like the story of my life. That'd be like weddings, funerals, everywhere. I'd be like, you guys want to hear about the time I fucking went out to dinner with Stallone and he pulled out the scissors from Cobra to cut up pizza, and we all pissed our pants like, in unison. Yeah, that's just too fucking good.
That'd be great.
Kevin, also cutting pizza with scissors, immediately shows up. What's up, Metatron's Cube? Sorry, I was Not looking at chat. Jeff's sort of holding that down for me right now while I start sketching this bad boy out.
Kevin's Cobra senses picked up that we were talking about Cobra. His VCR turned on Cobra. His VCR is sentient.
Anytime my boys talk about Cobra, my sentient VCR turns on.
Ryan said, I just cut up bacon with scissors. Am I a Stallone tough now?
Close. But if it was bacon pizza, it'd be better.
Ooh, Mitch asks, Dread Stallone tough or Rambo tough?
Oh, shit. Rambo, I think, is the tougher of the two.
I think Ryan's more of a stop and my mom will shoot tough.
Yeah. Like his mom's the tough one.
One thing I always remembered about that movie is Stallone did Saturday Night Live when that came out. No, years later after that came out. And he did this scene where he was playing himself and he flubs the line. He's supposed to say, like, people said, stop and my mom will shoot sucked. And he says, like, how's he say it? Stopping my mom sucked, but he didn't say stopping my mom will shoot sucked. And I don't know what, it's one of those things that like Ryan always talks about, like mostly from Aliens. Yeah. Just sticks in my head that he always flubbed that line.
Oh, good. He's a perfect old man. Born with lips that make him sound like he's forever got peanut butter on the roof of his mouth.
No, he's just always hungry. He needs that protein. Leo says Rhinestone Cowboy Stallone tough.
Oh shit! What's that porno he did? The softcore porno?
That was Italian Stallion, I think. Mitch says so Dread tough because Carl Urban would destroy him. And then Ryan says my mom was the jujitsu teacher, as he misspells jujitsu. Jiu-jitsu for the Hebrews.
Yeah, the jujitsu that'll get us canceled. The Orthodox jujitsu.
I'm gonna spin you like a dreidel.
Come here. Goldberg jujitsu.
I'm gonna roll you up like the Torah. Do you remember when Goldberg was on the Man Show and he showed up and like took out Santa Claus?
Just spearing people for the Christmas spirit.
And he was wearing his yarmulke and everything. That was when I found out that Goldberg was Jewish. I was like, oh yeah, I never put two and two together.
Yeah. Come on,
Ryan
man.
says Chewy Jitsu.
Getting the blocking out for this bad motherfucker right here.
Oh no, Leo, girth jitsu.
Oh no.
That's the worst of all kinds. No one can defeat that system.
It's a system you just don't want to touch.
He's got a full mount. Oh god.
No.
Kevin says, whoa, Stallone was in a movie called Fist. F-I-S-T.
F-I-S-T? Yeah, that's how you spell fist.
No, F.I.S.
Oh, okay. What did it stand for, though?
Full Italian Stallone trigonometry.
That'd be hilarious. Just a bunch of Stallone impersonators. Full Italian Stallone theater. He hired a whole troupe of actors to play him.
Kevin says stands for Full Italian Stallone Turbo.
Oh, Jesus.
Fisting is Stallone's thing from Leo. That's way better.
Holy shit.
Winner of today's comment stream.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. It's always been about fisting.
It's better thing.
Hey, Mick, watch this. Adrian!
My girlfriend crying in the other room.
What'd you do now?
Ashamed of me. I need lead.
Apparently, Stallone's trying to do a version, like a DVD release version of Rocky 3. Rocky 4, where he takes out the robot.
What?
He's doing like a director's cut version where he takes the robot out of the movie.
I don't even remember a robot being in the movie. That's how long it's been since I've seen that movie. I was like, wait, what?
It was his gift to Polly. Happy birthday, Polly. Happy birthday, Polly. It was the 80s. Everything was robots. In a movie in 1980 when they couldn't even have a robot like that.
It's just a midget in a suit.
It was Warwick Davis.
Oh my God, that'd be horrible.
He actually wasn't born that way. It's just from being pushed into that robot costume and just squished his body so much.
I think this is the fastest I've ever gotten the shape of this dude's helmet right, and I've drawn him quite a few times now. And I think I'm like, this is like the happiest I've ever been with it. There's actually like a...
Kevin says, I heard Stallone is going to make Driven 2. Driven to what?
Did you guys hear about the follow-up to Get Carter they're doing? Got Carter? It starts right after they kill Stallone, and the whole movie is just his corpse laying in a room. Guys, I'm dying here.
It's a single 2-hour shot. The Academy is like, brilliant.
He bleeds out. Holy shit, I need to write Stallone. I'm going to write a one-man script for Got Carter.
Just dogs walking up and humping his leg. Taking shits on him.
He monologues for 2 minutes before he bleeds out, and then just horrible shit happens to him for 90 minutes.
I can't believe it's ending like this. Hey, get the fuck off me, dog.
Just turns into a time lapse to like build a new apartment complex over his corpse. Good stuff. Good stuff.
It's like that movie, what was it, A Ghost Story?
Yeah, except nobody got molested on the set.
Oh shit, that's right.
You're always bringing up the Me Too moments, Jeff.
Well, they're everywhere in Hollywood. There's not a single movie that didn't happen.
Stop talking about movies, goddammit.
Stallone's like, Lorenzo Bonaventura molested me as well.
He sounds proud.
He was a big-time producer.
I'm just saying.
Didn't do it to Arnold.
Arnold also didn't run off and do porno.
Probably wasn't big enough. He wasn't pumping that iron,
shit.
if you know what I'm saying.
Those roids don't go to your thighs, if you get what I'm saying.
Leo says the robot was shittier than Tweaky from Buck Rogers. Is that how you say that?
He was no Johnny Five, guys. We get it.
Johnny Five alive. Kevin says Assassins Part 2 with Antonio's Banderas. I want to see Super Old Stallone in a cliffhanger sequel.
You know that Antonio Banderas guy?
Aben. His name is Aben. Ryan, cliffhangers. Still cliffing.
Oh my god, cliffhanger. That movie got me like so amped as a little kid, and I remember going back and watching it when I was older and being like, this movie is so dumb.
Cliffhanger 2, The Rise of Cliff Huxtable.
Still cliffhanger.
I'm on the cliff. No.
That would be the most hilarious cliffhanger sequel. It's just like you do like the late 2010s reboot formula, and he just like has a kid now.
Yeah.
But he's still hanging off the same side of the mountain. Like we gave birth to you on this mountain.
I like your nation. I'm a Rocky Stallone guy.
It's cold up here. I'm turning more New York by the minute.
Hey, I'm climbing here.
Look at me.
Hey, forget about it.
Like he said in that new Rocky movie, no one will ever punch you harder than your father.
Now get up, you little bitch.
We got a dub over that. Over the top 2, back down the other side.
Over the top.
Over the top 2, higher and higher.
With music by Frank Stallone.
Oh my god. Oh shit. Not only did it make me want to pull my eyes out, it made me want to stab my ears.
My brother got me this gig.
Holy shit. Boom guy.
Over the Top 2 is such a funny movie.
Oh yeah. You dead with his hat.
It was like, oh shit, he's putting the hat backwards. Oh shit.
He's cracking his knuckles. He's putting the hat backwards. Holy shit. He's definitely molesting the kid in the cab of that truck.
And his hand's super strong too.
Is he even the dad? Do we know for sure? Did anybody verify that? Okay, he's just walking away with that kid now. Who brings a kid to an arm wrestling match?
With his one weird
over the top 2,
arm.
I've got to get my kid back by my arm wrestling again. Over the top 2, my son's in college and I'm still arm wrestling for his love.
I'm arm wrestling for you, Kaji.
Stop or my mom will shoot up. She's older now and she's on the skag. Over the hill, under the gun. Holy shit. This community is just fantastic. Blows my mind every time. We got this shoulder piece back here. Black that out for now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pencil all these guys.
Over the Top 2 would just be like his kid fighting for custody of his own kid through arm wrestling.
Yeah.
It worked for my dad.
Except he didn't work out or anything. He's just like a shitty kid with like a gimp arm and he gets destroyed immediately.
No, but the court's just like, that's not a thing. Your dad just stole you. He kidnapped you.
Yeah. We didn't even know you were still alive.
Well, I guess I haven't seen my dad in years. Like, yeah, because he's been in prison.
Right? Have you called your mom?
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Oh, yeah. Beth coughing up along in the background. It's the vid, guys. I'm going to have to put her down.
How you going to do it?
Claw hammer.
Oh, fuck.
I hope she's listening right now. She's about to come in here and punch me in the mouth.
You had that quick, too. You didn't think about that one.
Oh, Jesus.
I do love that, like, putting somebody out of their misery. You choose, like, the most horrible way possible.
Don't worry. That's like, I'm shocked that's never been done in, like, a horror comedy. Just like, oh, Mike's bitten. Don't worry, guys. I got this. It's just like a whole room full of weapons, and you pick up, like, a chainsaw.
It'll only take 5 to 10 strikes to the head.
Like, dude, you could just shoot him.
Why are you starting with the feet first? Oh, God.
Yeah, cut him up into little pieces. Guys, I want to put him out of his misery, but come on, I got to be efficient here.
If you're going to do something, do it right.
Yeah, this is easier to get rid of later on. Hide the evidence. What? Nothing.
Look, I've done this before. I mean...
Just trust me, I've done this before. All right, guys, I vote we get Spencer out of here. I love you. Yeah, it's the fucking the little kid crying on the beach with the gun meme.
I don't remember that one.
Are you kidding me?
Uh-uh.
I think I've showed it on here.
Yeah, I zone out.
You're killing me, Jeff. This kid's my spirit.
You're trying to kill your wife, remember?
Kid's my spirit animal.
Leo says, damn, Clawhammer's a vicious choice. Ryan says, this will hurt you more than me.
Come on, Jeff. Winnie the Pooh kid?
I don't remember seeing this ever.
It's like the when you gotta kill the thing you love meme.
It's great. I like it.
Yeah. I'm shocked you've never... This is like my favorite meme in the world.
There was like a narwhal drawing next to him.
That's hilarious. What is that?
And I love the Nerf painted 1911 there.
My boyfriend insisted a gun would keep us safer up until he shot us both. Up until the day he shot me in the face. Oh my God! Yo, girl. When I said the gun would keep us safer, I meant me. What? That's horrible. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's fucking insane. That took a dark turn. We got this cool neck padding in here. This almost feels like these need to come out even further, actually.
That's when he sleeps on the plane.
Yeah, he's got like a nice little neck roll in here.
Oh, hey, Stallone's going to be in Suicide Squad.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I hope that he and James Gunn do a movie together. Because, like, he appeared in the last game.
That is him and James Gunn doing a movie together. If he's in it,
he'll probably just be like, you know, just same thing as Guardians of the Galaxy. It'll probably just be like a little cameo. I want to see him do a full movie with James Gunn. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, where they just kiss for 90 minutes. That's fucking Got Carter, dude. James Gunn would be a good director for that. He'd honestly probably help with the script, too.
I would hope.
Get it.
Yeah, he could get it. He could definitely get it.
Yeah, he would get it for sure. Fucking 2-3 times a day. Pretty little fucker.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is what you have to look forward to on our.
This is Spencer's hall pass.
Yeah.
Like, all right, who do you want? Mila Jovovich or Gal Gadot?
I think she's a goblin. I love that she always comes up with people. Mila Jovovich is gross to me.
What?
Dude, I'm like a 6'5", 300-pound man. That'd literally be like having sex with a birch tree.
I like how I still don't understand why that would be a bad thing. I'm 6'5". Why would I want a sexy hot lady?
Yeah, why would I want a sexy hot lady built like a 14-year-old boy?
Ew, that's what you want?
No, that's why I
You
don't
didn't.
want Mila Jovovich.
You asked the question, why would I want? I don't know. Why do you want it?
I don't know, Jeff. What kind of horrible reverse psychology is this? Who taught you your methods?
Ryan says, birch bitch. And Kevin says, how dare you talk bad about Mila?
It's like banging a wooden dowel. You guys are demented.
She's not going inside you.
Yeah, no. Then at least I'd have a story. Yeah, bitch fucking pegged me. I don't know where she came from, dude. I was peeing in the men's room.
Oh, you were peeing on a bush. You know it.
Peeing on a bush. That's a nice bush.
Everywhere Spencer goes, he's like restricting himself from just pissing everywhere in bushes.
Hello, bush. We meet again.
Oh, I'm going to piss on you so good. I've been drinking all day. I'm super hydrated.
It's not a sexual thing. All right, it's kind of a sexual thing.
It's an explicitly sexual thing. Kevin says, would it make it better if she was dressed up as Ultraviolet?
No. God, no.
What if you were getting pegged in this scenario? Kevin also asked.
What?
Story changes.
Does that change anything?
Well, I guess, yeah, in that circumstance.
Dome guy. Get them sweet, sweet eyebrows going. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, it's kind of a blue glow in the newer games, right, on his mask?
What did you think about Stallone's Judge Dredd?
Oh, it's hilarious. It's not Judge Dredd. Like, it's Stallone being Judge Dredd.
It means hilarious because of Rob Schneider, right?
Oh, yeah.
I knew it. He's hilarious.
Schneider kills it. He's like the only Asian guy in the movie.
What if Rob Schneider was a prisoner in Judge Dredd?
That was so funny when that new guy during the Shane Gillis stuff with SNL, they hired that Asian guy too.
Yeah.
And SNL was like, the first Asian cast member. And Rob Schneider was just like, what the fuck, guys?
Dude, I follow Rob Schneider on Twitter. He's awesome. Like, I'm not a fan of his movies, but I like him.
I'm not a fan of his movies, but I like him.
Don't you remember South Park? Rob Schneider is a carrot.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, he just plays the weird, and he gets like the Sandler movies aren't good anymore, and he still gets like the worst end of the stick on every one of them.
He has a few like funny cameos, like remember Big Daddy? He was good in that.
Well, yeah, no, that's like back when they were good. That's what I'm saying though. I was like, now, like,
I'm agreeing with you.
They're fighting me. Ungodly, like, stop fighting me. It's war, motherfucker.
Like in that latest one, was it Hubie Halloween?
Yeah.
They like his character made no sense.
You mean Salem hates retards?
Ryan says, didn't they do that? Hired Boyan and said he was the first Asian. The Halloween movie was actually decent. I was surprised. That movie sucked.
What? The new Halloween?
No, he's talking about Hubie Halloween.
Oh, he's talking about Ryan. You are fucking out of your goddamn mind.
He expected it to be way worse. That doesn't mean it's good though.
Oh my god, dude! That whole movie is 90 minutes of people throwing objects at a retarded guy and then the last 5 minutes is just like shoehorning in the old mom having like a message. That's insane.
Yeah, that's she's getting ready to murder people horrendously.
Yeah, that's the hottest take I've ever heard, Ryan. Holy shit. I did not expect that one from you either. Wow.
Oh, he's full of that shit today. Talking about punk music like a bitch.
Yeah, it's like, are you just a contrarian and we're finding this out now? Like,
oh, I'm into magic too, guys. Yeah, my new Ryan impersonation.
You guys want to learn about sigil magic and why it's fun to throw stuff at retards?
Ryan's like, fireball, fireball.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that movie is bonkers.
It's not his worst one that he's done on Netflix, but it's a bad one.
No, it's not the racist cowboy one.
That was awful. That was just devoid of all humor. No, actually, I'll take that back. The John Turturro baseball stuff I thought was funny. Everything else with the movie was terrible.
I don't even think I got through all of that.
It was just John Turturro, like, is the inventor of baseball, and as he's playing baseball with the characters, he's changing the rules for what baseball rules become. You know, that's funny.
No, that ain't it, guys. We're gonna mix it up real quick.
They throw the ball to him, and he misses it, and they're like, "Okay, you're done." He's like, "No, I get 3 attempts to hit it," or something like that. But everything else after that and before and during any other part was terrible.
The whole rest of them, that should have been a bit.
If it had been a bit, it would have been great. Just like release that on its own. Amazing. Ryan says, you guys are writing my bio right now. Yep, pretty much.
Cool. So I got this guy, I think, penciled to where I like him. I'm thinking I'll color him up, and then all of this I think will actually be like a negative. I might do it with a Posca marker. So I'll color that blue, and then I'll do like all the eye and everything, like it's glowing underneath. Ooh. And I think I want to do some demon blood all over him.
Do the do.
Do the do indeed.
Ryan says, to be fair, I only watched the Halloween. Why do you keep saying that? The Halloween. Hubie Halloween.
Yeah.
1, because it was a Halloween movie. I'm smart enough to not watch that cowboy movie. That's yet to be determined.
That cowboy one was just like, it was shocking that it got by anyone at Netflix, let alone everyone. Like,
yeah, it's legitimately a terrible movie in just about every way.
Oh, and it's like legitimately racist. Like, it's like crazy. It's not even like I think they were trying to, like, they were thinking in their heads.
J.W. Spencer J.W.
Well, no, that's the whole thing. Is like in their heads, they think they're trying to be like Blazing Saddles for like our generation, and it's just like not executed right at all. Oh. There's no comedic timing or anything to it. So it's just like them saying really racist things and just being racist stereotypes. It was the most insane thing.
Did you see the thing about how they're remaking Blazing Saddles for a children's animated movie?
Fuck you.
No, I'm serious. Here, I'll pull it up.
That's insane. What?
Yeah, I know. Like, everything about that should give you like a brain hemorrhage. Blazing Saddles. Okay, so Blazing Samurai is an upcoming American computer animated action adventure comedy film inspired by Mel Brooks' seminal 1974 Western comedy film Blazing Saddles.
Jesus Christ.
It is about Hank, a scrappy dog who dreamed, God, like, just saying scrappy, I want to smack these people. It's a scrappy dog who dreams of becoming a samurai, arrives in a strange land entirely inhabited by cats. Hank meets a nefarious warlord, Ikachu, who hustles an unwitting Hank into becoming the samurai for the town of Kakamucho, where Hank meets Jimbo, a once great cat samurai who reluctantly takes Hank under his wing and teaches him what being a samurai really means. Forging the first real friendship between a cat and a dog, the two set off on a journey to save the town of Kakamucho from the evil Ikachu, and ultimately Hank learns what it means to become a true samurai. Voiced by Michael Cera, Ricky Gervais, Samuel L. Jackson, George Takei, Gabriel Iglesias, Jaimin Unsu, Michelle Yeoh, and Mel B.
Mel B, what the fuck? Scary Spice?
Yeah. Oh, and Randy Orton's in this too, apparently. Everything about that sounded terrible.
That's so weird. Alright, I think I got Doom Guy's face really good. Nose is there.
And Ryan liked that. Spencer JW.
Mouthpiece.
Ryan says share screen or it isn't true. Wasn't Blazing Samurai a Wu-Tang song?
There's a great chance.
I believe it's pronounced Wuhan virus, Ryan. God.
Oh God.
So racist.
There goes the YouTube channel. For stating where a virus came from.
Here comes Ryan with his conspiracies about Wuhan flu.
Uh-oh, conspiracy theorist Ryan. Yeah. Oh, damn, we've been going almost 2 hours? That's craziness. What is it, 6 o'clock? Hang on a second.
Yeah, I actually got to get off here in a minute to go give my cat his medicine. Maybe make some dinner too. Ryan says, Wuhan clan ain't nothing to cough with. That's good.
Yeah,
I like that one. You redeemed yourself, Ryan.
We'll wrap it up for now then. I got this guy penciled. Let me show it.
Ryan the Redeemed. Ryan is on with Sim at 7, FYI, for everybody. So check in on Ryan's channel for that.
7 his time, or like in an hour from now?
Oh, that's a good question. Answer that, Ryan. And it's on your channel, I'm assuming, right?
I guess I can throw just me up for a second. There's the Doom guy right now. Sort of looking at a downward angle a little bit. But yeah, all good to go. Penciled and everything. I will probably finish him up. I think I'm going to stream again later tonight. Hangout on
Ryan
here.
says Eastern on Sim's channel. Okay. Do you have a link for that, Ryan? You can pop in the chat.
Yeah, so in an hour's time. But yeah, Doom guy all done up. Obviously, there'll be more detail and everything as I color it, start putting the Posca together, do all the highlights and stuff like that.
I like the expression.
But oh, thank you. Yeah, you got to do that classic like, fuck, I just took a hit.
Or did I take a shit? I don't know.
Yeah, right. Or I pooped my suit.
That's what I do every time I take a poop. I take a picture of my face for reference.
Yeah.
This is perfect for this action scene.
But yeah, I'll come back on later. Maybe we'll color that first and then ink over it and then get on to the next one. I pretty much covered everything I needed to cover today in the opening to this one, news-wise and whatnot. We got the paint and stuff coming in tomorrow. Sketchbooks are already in. Still figuring out what I'm going to do for the brushes and the inking pens for you guys for that winner prize that we're doing. But yeah, it'll be a good time. And then once I'm done with these sketch cards, unless I get another commission from anyone, I'll be probably jumping into working on consumer and figuring out character design for the 24-hour comic of mine. And I got to figure out this monster design and everything. It's going to be cool doing sort of like a big body horror Carpenter's The Thing kaiju monster, eats people and absorbs them and gets bigger and grosser, and it's gonna be fun. But yeah, once I finish those 3 for Mitch, I will be on to working on that. Unless more people want sketch cards. I'm doing a deal right now, so if you are interested, you can go check out my pinned tweet on Twitter. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Mitch, thank you for getting the sketch cards, giving me something to do today, and for becoming a patron on Patreon. So we'll have the outro going for the stream soon, and you'll be in there with our boy Tony, who is our other patron. But thank you very much, guys, and see you later.
Yeah, real quick, Ryan has no link yet, so just check on his Twitter. He'll probably post it there. Or
Perfect.
if you already know it.
No link yet, but yeah, Sim, very cool dude. Definitely check those guys out. I will be making dinner and probably hanging out and chat a little bit. But yeah, thanks guys, and we'll be back probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight. Even if it's just me. But yeah, thanks again, dudes, and I'll see you later.
All right, bye.